Thanks, Dan. Hello, Mikel.
Good morning.
Let's start at the start. A new way of trying to get the injury updates from you, starting with start. S-T-A-R-T. S, Saliba. What's the latest on Saliba?
We have to wait and see. Yesterday we didn't train, so he hasn't trained with us yet. So we have an extra day. We train this afternoon. Let's see if he can be available or not.
Could you say a matter of days about the last 5 press conferences?
Yeah.
So it's still a matter of days?
And remains the same, yeah. Obviously, if he asks me the Everton game, I think he will be fit for tomorrow, I don't know.
Okay, T, second letter. Timber.
Timber, again, depends how he feels today.
Because he was looking okay ahead of the Bruges game. So a good chance?
It was a knock that he picked and he wasn't feeling comfortable. So, yeah. Again, I think it's a matter of days, but whether it's tomorrow or not, we'll see.
Okay, next letter's A.
That's going to be a long start.
A stands for and, because there's always an and when it comes to injury news at A for Arsenal. So R, Rice. How's Declan?
Let's see how it is today. Obviously, he was ill. That's an illness. Normally, in a few days, he gets resolved, but we have to wait how far he can push.
Okay, and another T to end with. Trossard. How's Leo?
Again, another one that it's a matter of days. Sounds boring, but it's the reality, so we don't know. And if it's available, for how long?
We haven't started because we've got.
We don't have the S at the end, no?
We've got absolutely nowhere. What?
Okay.
Big question mark still at the end of it.
Yeah, okay.
Impressive game in midweek to bounce back after Villa. Important to keep that momentum going.
For sure, yeah. After any defeat, you want to put it right straight away. We certainly did that and put ourselves in a great position in the Champions League. And now it's about Wolves focusing back on the Premier League. And after what happened and the result that we had against Villa, obviously, it's a massive opportunity for us again to win the game and put ourselves in a great position.
Based on results, Wolves have been extraordinarily poor, lost all of their last 8 games. You'd be expected to take 3 points tomorrow. Is there a danger of maybe a bit of apathy around the fans and even the players?
Always, in any Premier League match, and especially against a team that obviously is fighting against results. I know the manager really well and how he's going to push and get the players ready to do that. So from our side, we're going to go full gas from the beginning because we know what we have to do.
If you're a team that is hoping to win the Premier League, do you have to beat Wolves?
Yeah, at the end you're going to have over 90 points probably to win it. So that means winning a lot of football matches and tomorrow we have 3 that we have to earn.
In recent weeks you've had a draw at Stamford Bridge, you beat Tottenham and you beat Brentford. But obviously you've lost 2 of the last 5. Obviously big defensive injuries as well. So because of that, partly because of that, the table based on form, so the last 5, the table is based on form, you'd be 7th, not even in the top 6. Is that good enough?
When?
The form table for the last 5 games, given those problems you've had and the results you've had, still you've only won 2 in 5.
Yeah, hopefully tomorrow will change. We win tomorrow and then it's a different one and then in the last one we are the best, or in the last 2 or in the last 3. So we try to win every game and that's the only thing that we can do in terms of being as consistent as possible.
All right, finally for me, it's about time we revisited the supercomputer. We love the Opta supercomputer. It's been a while.
Surprise me.
Villa, chances of winning the Premier League 6%. City, 20%. Arsenal, 72%.
Is that in the last 5 games or in? I'm just asking, eh?
Since the start.
Since the start, till the end. Yeah. Okay.
Is that right? Is that about right? Do you think?
I don't know. The computer says it was same that the computer said the last 5 games or the next 5 games. I don't know. The only thing that we can do is increase the probability of winning the next match by doing the things that we do really well and preparing the best possible way.
For me, that's the end. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
New day from the Premier League.
Arteta, ahead of your fixture against Wolves. Oh, let me grab the mic.
Thanks. Thank you.
That's all right. Hi, Tessa. Ahead of your fixture against Wolves, some might say this is a game that Arsenal should control quite comfortably on paper. How do you guard against complacency?
Well, showing them the team that they are, and talking about Villa, the game that they had against Villa a few weeks ago, and understanding that a team in that position obviously have to react and have to show their teeth, and that's a very dangerous thing, especially in this league when every team obviously it has the quality that they have. So from our side, that's not going to happen.
At the start of the season, it felt like Arsenal was very dominant at scoring goals from set pieces, but your last 11 Premier League goals have come from open play. What do you put that shift down to?
That this is football and it has waves, and you try to analyze 5 games or 10 games, and the sample is that small that you get very, very confused. So at the end, even 40 games is not enough to have a sample of what your team looks like, because it's too small. But the fact that we have the resources to score from various positions with different players in different manners, that's a great thing. But we want to be the best in every situation. That's what we try to do.
Finally, Arteta, Gabriel Jesus returned to the side on Wednesday. Do you see him eventually pushing for that number 1 striker spot again? How do you see his role developing?
Yes, I mean, a player of his quality, a player that is giving us so much, and it comes with the energy that he came the other day. He's certainly a player that has to be pushing and aiming for that, that's for sure.
Thank you, Arteta.
Thank you.
Ian, hi, Mikel, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
First of all, can I ask you whether you think your side are getting enough credit this season? They're scoring a lot of goals, as you say, in waves, from set pieces and outside of set pieces. But I just don't feel like they're being given enough credit as being either entertainers or being as good a team as they are.
I don't know, but that's not for me to judge. At the end, we are in a very strong position in the 3 competitions that we've been involved so far, and that's what we have to continue to do. At the end, the credit has to come at the end of the season. That's what we're going to measure what we've done. But in order to achieve that, you have to be achieving every single day the objectives that you want. And so far, I think we are in a really strong position.
For any team to do well, players have got to sometimes play where they don't want to play or where they're not best at playing. Did we see that the other night with Christian Norgard? Because I've only ever known him as a central midfielder, yet the other night he played centre half and probably could do that for you a lot more this season now.
Yes, but I think that comes to the mentality of the players, the intelligence of a player like Christian as well, and how to fulfill a role when in the morning you tell him surprisingly that he needs to play in that position because we don't have any other one to play in there, and then you need to fulfill that role. But we have a lot of examples of players that have played in different positions, like Mikel, like many others, and that's great because that gives us an edge.
How much are you personally enjoying this season? I mean, your opposite number, Rob Edwards, who you know well, is probably not having a very good start to his career at Wolves, obviously. But how much are you actually enjoying this season, enjoying your team play, and enjoying the lack of pressure on your shoulders?
The lack of pressure. For the first part, I do enjoy. I do enjoy it a lot because of the people that is around us and how we live everybody together. Obviously, winning a lot helps because that's a different profession when you win or you lose. And yeah, I feel privileged to be where I am and keep going.
Last one, the supercomputer thinks you're going to win the Premier League. Most people have seen you win 6
Is that the same supercomputer or a different one?
There's only one.
There's only one.
Supercomputer thinks you're going to win the Premier League. Everyone who's seen you win 6 out of 6 thinks you're going to win the Champions League. You're in the quarterfinals of the League Cup and you start with Pompey away in the FA Cup. Is it a quadruple on?
What is on is the 3 points of tomorrow, and I think that's enough for my supercomputer in my brain. Okay? Thank you.
Hi, Mikel. When Victor came in, he's obviously come from a very different league and he's a very different profile of centre forward to what perhaps you've had in more recent seasons. If I may ask around, and if you could explain how, when a player like that arrives, do you have to adapt to a player like that, and how much is it the player has to adapt to a different style and system?
I think the 2 things have to emerge. I think we have to put the player in the best possible condition to explode and fulfill his potential. And there are certain things that within the role, in the manner that we play, has to be fulfilled, and that's a combination of both. And then it's not only that. I think more importantly is the connections and the players around him at the end. Those interactions, that understanding how it develops. And before the injury, I think he was in a great place. I think it took him a while at the beginning because, as you said, it's a different league, different demands, had no precision. And now he's starting to get, again, some momentum. And the goals will come, and, we're going to be very pleased with him.
And after this game, you get a rare week off from a midweek fixture, which you haven't had in quite some time. What are you looking forward to most about having a week where there isn't a game, and what might you do differently with the schedule behind the scenes?
Well, basically 3 things. Make sure that we can give some rest to players, mentally and physically. Then start to reactivate everybody and start to work on things that slowly you don't have time to work and start to deteriorate at some point. And then start to be in the best possible physically and emotional mindset to go to Goodison Park to be repeated.
Okay, I'll just quickly, did you get any, there were no fresh injuries from Wednesday at least, were there?
No.
And just on Saliba, obviously it's been one where he's been close in sort of 3-4 games. What is the issue that he specifically got, and how frustrating is it that he's close to making the squad but he can't take that last step to come back?
Yeah, it was something quite small. He came from an ankle injury that he had, and then he started to modify the way he was running and all that, and he started to overload an area, which is something common, but at some point he wasn't comfortable continuing to be able to train and play, and we had to stop it. And it looks better, but we have to wait and see if it's enough for him to be able to train with the team.
Just ask you one on Gabriel Jesus. He's obviously in a rare situation where he's someone in this squad who's going to have 18 months on his contract in January. You've got Victor, Kai, Mikel as strikers. Is he someone you would consider selling, or do you see him as a key part of your plans this season?
No, I don't consider that, and especially with the situation that we have right now. I think Gabi has a lot to offer to the team, and he's proven that straight away in the first minutes that he was available to play. He's put so much to be in this position again, and now the focus is to be with us.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
In the week, Ethan came on and played quite well in the second half. Ethan Wanier. I was just wondering how he's been in these kind of few weeks where I guess he hasn't been starting games as much, and how you found him, because I think he said a couple of weeks ago he asked to play in that friendly. And yeah, I was just wondering how you feel about that.
Well, in the manner that other players have to cope with this kind of situation, so preparing the best possible way, I think he's doing it. His attitude has been excellent, and when he's got the chance to play, prove that that I'm wrong, that he needs to play more minutes and help the team as much as possible.
And in terms of him asking to play in that friendly, is that something you like to see from players?
Yeah, well, Ethan's attitude on that is exceptional, and every time we have a region day, he wants to train and he wants to be outside and he wants to be in touch with that ball. In that sense, he's top.
James, I guess. Can I ask you about Martin Zubamendi? 2 assists, 6 chances in the game against Club Brugge, but there are other games where he plays maybe a more conservative role. How impressed have you been by how, not just he's adapted to the Premier League, but how he's adapting game by game to cater the way he plays to the opponent?
Very impressed, because I know the difficulty of coming into this league and do what he's doing immediately, because first of all you have to earn the role within the team, and that's not easy to do. Then it's a different way of playing, a different league, but as you say, the variety of actions and involvements that he has in the game is exceptional. His defending metrics are incredible, and I had no doubt that he could produce that, but this is the Premier League, and you have to prove it. And then attacking wise as well, the highs that he takes, position he takes, the way he's opened up teams in many ways, his goal threat, the capacity to assist, he's improved on set pieces as well, and he has a lot to improve in that area as well. So it's a player that is never going to be satisfied. You can tell him and praise individually, never enough. He's never satisfied with his performance, but that's what it makes him as well so good.
I mean, that position in particular, it's so hard to adapt to. We've seen players like Rodri need a year. Did you think he would need a little bit more time? Did you think you'd be able to throw him in like you did at Old Trafford and he'd kind of barely be out of the team from then on?
Yes, but I think the fact that he could prepare for a longer period because he sort of knew that he was coming, I think that helped. It wasn't something immediate that happened. So we talked a lot about why it was going to be needed, the challenges that he was going to face, but as well that his abilities and capacities were going to fit so well within the team, and he's proven that on the pitch.
The last two in the Arsenal, I firstly feel it back.
Just earlier on, Victor, you said that he was in a great place before his injury. How long do you think it will take him to sort of get back to that place? And do you think he needs like a run of goals to just get the sort of confidence going and maybe silence any sort of critics that he has?
Yeah, probably the thing that's going to unlock his goals, and he's so used to that I think he needs that for himself, for his confidence, and just at the end we're going to judge his performances based on that as well. That's logical. But for the rest, I think he's in a really good place. I think physically he's in a good place, and now he needs to start to convert the chances that he's getting.
And just one on the Premier League table. Obviously, when you look at it now, you've got Man City just 2 points back, so the gap's got a bit smaller. Do you think that they're sort of back to their best? They obviously had a bit of a dip last year. Do you think City are now sort of back to where they were?
Yeah, we had a lot of teams that we are involved when you look at the table there, and we know the situation with other clubs as well. With Man City is always the case that you expect them to have with the quality that they have, the experience that they have in the competition. But the focus has to be on what we have to do.
Hi Mikel. The club will be marking its 40th anniversary of Arsenal community in the game this weekend. How important is this, and what does this connection to the wider community mean to you and the team?
Yeah, that's something remarkable, probably amazing, and the moment that the club started to do that, probably could never imagine where we're going to be 40 years later. But that shows where it's coming from. I think the consistency on doing those things is the most difficult one. A lot of people engage or jumps into things, but for a very short period of time, and it's very difficult to be consistent. I think the impact that the club is having in our community and in a lot of people's life is something exceptional, and it needs a lot of pricing.
We'll now go to the